Hi everyone, and welcome to the Soul Santa Network. My name is Jasmine Turner, and we're broadcasting to you from the Black History Museum and Cultural Center of Virginia. Boy, do we have some fun today, and we have a special guest who's coming. But wait, I think I hear something. Is that who I think it is?
Here I am.
Oh my goodness, look everybody, it is the Soul Santa. I am super excited that you are here.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, how are you doing?
Doing well,
Are you excited for the biggest day, the best day ever?
Yes, ma'am, I truly am.
Oh my goodness, you all, Soul Santa is here, taking a little bit of a break from all the Christmas preparations to visit us. And I just want you to tell everybody about getting ready for Christmas. How do you feel?
I'm glad to be here this year. I'm sorry that we can't be in company with each other, but I've set up my Santa Soul Network so that you can see me virtually and to keep us all safe at the same time.
The Soul Santa Network, a very great thing to have. And I know that you don't have a lot of time, so we will obviously be very respectful of that. But of course, I have to ask you a few questions. This is the Soul Santa Network after all. So my first question is, what do you like the most about being Soul Santa? What's the best part of it?
I like to see the joy and the smile that I bring to the children's face so that I can say, hey man, it really makes my heart warm inside when I see those precious faces smiling and just all the joy that I bring.
There's nothing like a whole lot of joy in life, and you surely do bring a whole lot of smiles to people's faces, and we thank you for that. My next question is about how you get all of those presents, and it's a lot of presents because I have a bonus daughter, and there's a lot of presents that somehow come out and they just end up under the tree. How do you get all of them to my house?
Well, I have a lot of help. I have a lot of elves, and they got a whole lot of hands. Their hands will work faster than mine. Then I find out who's been naughty and who's been nice. Then I, in turn, just go to my elves, and they say, Santa, what we have to do? And I say, look, this is the list. This is the naughty list. This is the nice list. But hopefully every child will be on the nice list at the end.
Yes, and then we can have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. I sure do wish I had a couple of elves to help me stay organized. I bet that's fun.
I think we all wish we had a couple of elves.
Soul Santa, you have a lot of things that you have to do. So how do you have time? You see all these decorations, but how do you have time to do it?
Well, Mrs. Clough and some of the elves, they enjoy making the decorations. They love to show me some of the new stuff they make every year. Every once in a while, I may jump in and give them a hand, but really they truly know that I'm waiting to get on that sleigh and deliver those presents.
And that's a big job to make sure all the decorations are right where they need to be and they're made with lots of love. And I think that we have someone who's going to show us how to make a decoration if you want to try it at home.
Thanks, Jasmine, and welcome to crafting. I'm here in Santa's workshop, so I don't need to keep my mask on because I'm all by myself. Today we're gonna make a paper loop Christmas tree that will look like this when we finish. First, we gotta talk about our supplies. So you're gonna need a green piece of construction paper, a white piece, a brown, and a yellow piece for the final product. So first, let's start with our green piece of paper. You're gonna fold it in half, hot dog style, like this. And then we're gonna make our strips. We're gonna cut our strips. But first you need to cut down the middle. Cut it in half. And then you're gonna layer these two halves on top of one another and cut horizontally. And just in essence of time, I've already prepared a few strips on my paper plate, so I'm gonna set the green construction paper aside. Then you're gonna take your white piece of paper, construction paper, and draw a medium-sized tree in the middle, or triangle, like a Christmas tree shape. That will look like this. Next, we're gonna make our Christmas tree trunk. So you just need a little bit of brown construction paper to make a small rectangle. And we're gonna glue that at the bottom, and then we'll make our paper loops for the tree. So this is what you should have so far. So to make your loops that are gonna look like this, we're gonna take the loops so they meet at the end, and you'll add a dab of glue, just a little bit of glue, and pinch it together for about 3 seconds. And you wanna use as many of these as you can to fill up your tree. So I'll do a few. And then you're gonna add the loops to the bottom of your tree right here. We're gonna start at the bottom and make rows going up. So make a few dabs at the bottom and spread them out a little bit. And then after you do the first row, you can add a couple more loops, moving up to the top. And eventually what you'll have is a full Christmas tree. And then our last step is to make the golden star that goes at the top. So you're gonna take a piece of yellow construction paper, you're gonna draw a star as best you can, and then you can cut it out and it'll look like this. And then you can glue it at the top. And if you want to make it look extra special, you can add sequins to your paper loops. So I'll add a few here and there to make my tree sparkle. And now, boys and girls, you have your beautiful paper loop Christmas tree that you can make with just a few simple supplies at home with family and friends. Back to you, Jasmine.
Well, that was a great demonstration, something that you could maybe try at home for our friends out there.
Yeah, and families can join in and just have a joyous occasion making gifts and presents and decorations, just family bonding, just having a nice time for the holidays.
Santa, we talk all the time about singing during Christmas time. There are a lot of different carols. Can I sing one for you? Or maybe just like a few lines of one. Okay, you know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Everybody will have to fill in the rest of that. I love to sing Christmas carols. What is your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite song is Jingle Bells.
Oh, that's a good one. I bet a lot of people might like that one too, right?
Yes, they would. Yeah, I like to hear the bells ringing as I'm on the sleigh going through the night, just reminding me of what's ahead.
And what's ahead, what's to come. That is awesome.
Jasmine, I'd like to hear from a few friends of mine out there, and I want to ask them a few questions and see how they respond.
That sounds exciting, Soul Santa.
All right, boys and girls, now it's time for me to hear from you. Do you like singing Christmas songs? How about spreading a little joy throughout the year, throughout this season, spreading it through your neighborhood, your community, your friends? Somebody might just need to hear that voice from you that'll spark their day. Just keep singing and make somebody's holiday. Merry Christmas. I'm so happy that I see that a lot of you like to sing. Now I have another question for you. Have you followed instructions at home and at school from your parents and your teachers? This also is a yes or no answer. But remember, I'm gonna find out. No matter what you say, yes or no, I'll know whether you've been naughty or you've been nice. I've seen some of those responses from my last question. Here's my next question. There are so many fun things to do during the holiday season. If you had to pick one, What would you say is the most fun thing about the holidays? A, spending time with family and friends. B, giving and receiving presents. Or C, decorating the tree. I can only imagine what some of your response is going to be, but I think I know which one's going to be the most. So we have a happy holiday season. Well, as I looked at some of the answers that came in, it looked like we had a lot of good boys and girls out there this year. And it seemed like they're waiting for the holidays.
They're gonna have a fun-filled Christmas, so many good things for them. But one thing that I always enjoyed about this time of year is hearing or even reading a story. And I would love to actually hear a Christmas story today if we can.
Well, I have a special guest just for you, Jasmine. They're coming along with a Christmas story, especially for you.
Ooh, maybe I know this person. Let's see.
Hi everyone, welcome into Soul Santa Network. My name is Mikea Turner. I'm an evening anchor here at NBC12 and I'm really excited to join you today. The book I'll be reading, it's called The Day Santa Got Sick and it's written by Deanne Samuel. So let's dive right in. On the day before Christmas, Santa got sick. Mrs. Claus made him some hot tea with honey and he stayed in bed sniffling and coughing and sneezing all day. Ove, thought Santa, I've never missed a Christmas day. He pondered and he wondered what to do in all the different languages that he knew, but no solution came to mind. So he asked Mrs. Claus, Coretta dear, who will drive my sleigh tonight? Oh no, said Mrs. Claus. Rollicking reindeer, said Rudy, who heard Santa as he passed by his room. Bouncing bells, said the elves. Why don't we just ask our helpers, said Mrs. Claus. Fantastic idea, said Santa. Maybe we can find a hard-working elf to do the job. Well, Mrs. Claus made the big announcement on the toy room floor. The elves clapped, the reindeer leapt, and the snowman sprang with joy. What an exciting chance this was going to be for everyone. Rudy Reindeer was first in line. Okay, Rudy, said Santa. I'm going to ask you just one question. Rudy nodded his head. How would you place all the regalos around the Christmas tree? Well, Rudy looked at his hooves. Oh no, he didn't have fingers. How would he open the sack? Sorry, Santa, said Rudy in a sad voice. So Rudy and all the other reindeer had to get out of line. The snowman who guarded the North Pole was the next one to step up to Santa. Hello, Mr. Snowman. Hello, Santa, he replied. My question for you is, how would you deliver the toys to all of the hot countries like Jamaica, Japan, Thailand, Togo, Ethiopia, and Ecuador? A frozen tear slid down the snowman's face. Oh, Santa, he wailed. I wouldn't be able to do that. I would melt clean away. And he too walked out of the line. So Santa has no luck right now with these helpers, you guys. So let's see what happens. Now the only ones left were the elves. Elvin the elf stepped up to Santa's couch. Okay, Elvin, how would you know which little girl or boy should get a present? Elvin felt his stomach give a strange turn. Most people didn't know this, but elves couldn't read. They were extraordinary toy makers, but they hadn't had time to go to school. So all the elves also had to leave the line. All of them but one. I suppose I could lead your sleigh this night, said Coretta Claus. But what about me? Whispered a little girl elf. The Clauses looked around and saw Ella Elf, who they never noticed before. I know how to read, Ella said. I can help with the list of girls and boys. There she goes. Everyone in the room looked on in anticipation. Of course you can help with the names, Mrs. Claus said excitedly. I will carry the sack and we can both deliver the presents together. All of Santa's helpers were so relieved that Christmas would not be canceled this year. So that night, the snowman and all of the elves helped pack up the sleigh. Ella Elf made sure the list of boys and girls was organized, and Mrs. Claus hooked up the reindeer for the long night ahead. Ella's heart was filled with rainbows and butterflies. She would be going on an amazing adventure with Mrs. Claus, all because she learned how to read. See the benefits of knowing how to read and just doing well in school? Santa waved a hopeful goodbye as the sleigh took off into the dark, starry sky. Mrs. Claus and Ella delivered gifts to Johnny and Deshawn, to Mingshu and Bo, to Jomo and Jamiyu, and Daria and Dorada. And finally, the sleigh returned to the North Pole early the next morning. Santa's heart burst with pride when he saw that Ella and Mrs. Claus delivered all the gifts. "Amazing!" shouted the elves. "Ajabu!" said Santa. "Fantastic!" roared the snowman. From that time on, Mrs. Claus and Ella Elf traveled with Santa every Christmas. And forevermore, when you look into the sky on Christmas Eve, you may see Santa, Coretta, and Ella guiding the sleigh well into the night. Hope you enjoyed this book. Thanks again for joining us.
That was a great story, and it was not only a reminder about teamwork, but it also emphasized the importance of reading. Reading is so great to do, and it's something you can do with your family or by yourself. But Soul Santa, we know that you are going to have to go soon, but before you go, we'd like to hear if you maybe have some special advice or message you want to share with everyone.
Well, I'd like for everybody to be kind to one another this year. Lend a helping hand to those who are in need. Be able to just bring a little spark to someone's life that may be having a miserable day. And always just remember, being kind to everyone that you see so that they can be kind to you. And I would wish everybody to have a happy holiday.
Beautiful. Kindness is key, and so is joy. You can help bring joy to someone's life as well. We know that you're very busy, so we thank you all for tuning in to the Soul Santa Network, and we want to say happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone out there.
Happy holidays.